hall players versus performers, athletes versus arts members. So as you can see, Brighton High School has a lot of social media pages, and such as Facebook, you can see it's on the football field because we're very focused on sports in this school. On Instagram, you can see there's a lot of posts advertising and talking about different sports events. You can see there's like only a couple of arts things, such as the marching band, but then the rest is sports. Again, showing how much we emphasize on sports as a school. And you can see there's another arts post, but not a whole lot. The rest is mostly sports again, boys basketball, telling you when the game is and where it's at. If you think, okay, by show of hands, if you think sports programs receive more attention than arts, right? If you think arts receive more attention, raise your hand. So the majority of everyone thinks that sports are more focused on than arts. From this survey I took, the majority of students feel the same. Over 90% feel the same way that you guys do, and only a small percentage think arts receive more attention, showing that again we're focused on sports. We advertise it a lot. There's posters throughout the school. You don't really see a whole lot of art stuff throughout the school. There's not a whole lot of announcements. These are some of the reasons from the survey on why sports are emphasized on according to students. You can see that one of them says that there's more people at football games than any band performance. Person said you can see people posting about sports games as stated on the previous slides, and the sports programs are bigger than arts, and no one really attends arts according to that one. So these are students' thoughts on which one receives more financial support, meaning which has more money backing up into it. You can see it's pretty much the same percentage. Over 90% think that sports receive more money and financial support, meaning that they have a bigger budget and they can spend more money and advertise more. These are some of the reasons from the survey on why there's more spending. Football field is a big deal to us. You can get a bunch of sports merchandise at the football games, but you can't really get any arts. There's more types of sports than there are kind of arts, like dance and band. A lot of people think that the rich parents put a lot of money into sports because sports can be really expensive. And again, at the top it says sports is the ruler of Brighton High. According to my expert interview, they said everyone should be treated equally. And for my amateur interview, they said it was fair for both groups to, experience the same equality. And that's why I think they should be equal. They think they should be equally important. So according to Dr. Sam Robinson, athletics and fine arts programs are vital to school success. And it kind of explains in the article that it lets students interact with each other and build confidence and kind of, get teamwork building exercises and work with others and get hard work done if they need to. So my proposed goal is to equalize support and funding for sports and arts programs by next school year, so that art students don't really feel like they're overshadowed by sports, because everyone thinks that sports receives more attention than band or dance or orchestra. So objective one is to give equal awareness and promotion for both kind of events. So the first step is to create posters throughout the school. You can see throughout the school there's a bunch of sports posters, like talking about lacrosse and football games, telling you what time it's at. So I'd say create more posters, not just for sports, but also for arts. Make them equal. They could also do a news media outlet. They could talk about it on the news or a news article, as on TV. And the school can make announcements on the website stating there's a band concert or something at this time, or there's a football game this time, this location. I'd say not one gets more attention than the other, but they're both equal. My second objective is to compare the number of students who participate in both kinds of programs, find out which one receives more attendance after creating more awareness with the posters and announcements, and just see what happens. My next step is to equalize the distribution of funding. So like they could find out how many students attend both kinds of programs and then base it around the attendance on both kinds. As you can see. Alright, think, pair, share. Talk with your partner about possible solutions to equalize funding. I'll give you guys a minute.
Yeah, I'm thinking if we imagine if we gave the art teacher.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Take away money from sports, give that money to.
Like a rugby.
That's facts.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the other sports.
Yeah, that's true.
Nobody knows what they golf do.
I knew what it was.
Okay, but nobody cool knows what they golf do.
First of all, that's what you get for that. It's under your chin. It's so easy calling me uncool.
Yeah?
Alright.
Was I wrong?
No, but that's not the point.
Exactly. Truth hurts.
Alright. Does someone want to share their solution?
I think that the funding for each organization should be like specific to what they need rather than like equalized, I think. Because like the robotics club doesn't need as much funding as the football team does, but I think that each like program should have the funding that they need to get the word out about themselves and stuff.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Does anyone else want to share? Luke.
I feel like, before they actually decide to even start, they should really figure out like how much of like an incentive it is, like how many people actually are interested in arts or like sports for them to figure out like, oh, this is like how much we should, like what like amount we should put towards it. Because if we do, like we know how much people are gonna go to it, so like raise it up higher and higher.
Yeah.
I feel like they could get more people to come to the band programs and art programs to make more money if they kind of scheduled their stuff around sports, because sports is harder to move schedules around because you're dealing with their teams all the time. And I feel like with the art programs, they could plan their things so that they're not at the same time as sports. Because I feel like a lot of the time there's a big football game going on and then there's another art thing, and more people are going to come to the football game.
Yeah. Anyone else? Alright. Questions or any other ideas? Owen?
What would you propose for like, what do you think actually, what do you think would require more money, like, or what do you think the money should go to, specifically, like one specific thing if you had to do it for the arts program? Because I guess that's what you would enjoy, so like what would you choose?
I would probably do like orchestra just cause the instruments can be really expensive.
So
So if we're not gonna have extra money, and we're gonna even the money, does that mean programs like football program all of a sudden lose money for next year, when another program would get extra money?
I would say like buy some equipment if needed, like more jerseys or, you know, lacrosse sticks or stuff like that.
Alright, thank you.